Hi everyone, it's That Picnic Show and I'm Nancy. Picnics are fun, food-filled social activities that generate happy through sharing a meal, playing games, and respect for the great outdoors. Now let's have fun, let's go picnic. Today's picnic pal is Rachel Morgan. She's the creative director and lead programmer of Sidewalk Film Festival in Birmingham, Alabama, a co-instructor of the documentary films at the University of Alabama, as well as an instructor in the film department at Lawson State Community College. Rachel, thanks for slipping away. I know it's a busy time for you with the upcoming 20th anniversary of Sidewalk Film Festival. So let's get to it.
Anything for you, Nancy?
Thank you. You're a sweetheart. Well, let's get to it. What do you do for fun?
I think we're sitting in the space that we're sitting in because I do like horror films a lot, and I like monsters.
Yeah, absolutely. Your entire loft is decorated with monster themes and monster video games and so forth.
That's right.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Well, tell us about monsters.
What do you want to know about them?
What's your fascination? How did that come about?
Even I would say like when I was a little kid, I sort of obsessed. I got this like little Universal Studios book and just wanted to know like what the deal with all those monsters was. Like what's the Mummy's deal? What's the Phantom all about? I don't know why. Just before I even saw the films, I really was interested in just the sort of the fixture of the monster. And then of course, I just like grew up watching The Shining and Nightmare on Elm Street and all those sort of classic 80s films. And I really love specifically 1980s horror film, but all horror film really. And so I don't know, it's, the monsters are, if you want me to get kind of philosophical about it, monsters are the other, right? So they're sort of a personification, if you will, of, human otherness.
Here's Johnny!
Which is kind of neat. I don't think I recognized that when I was 9 years old. But sort of having gone through and, I did my master's in film critical studies and I wrote about, my thesis, I wrote about children and adolescents cinematic horror. So the sort of representation of kids in horror films.
Well, so I'm assuming Halloween is probably your most favorite holiday.
That's a good guess. I mean, I would say John Carpenter's Halloween is my favorite horror film. Yeah, I like cupcakes a lot. That's a hobby I have, is eating cupcakes and cake and pizza.
All right. Well, is there a particular monster or a horror, like scary character that you want to tell us about?
Freddy Krueger's pretty awesome. He'll slice your face up. He's up there because he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
I tend to go towards the films and the characters that are have that sort of levity and that sort of self-awareness. Like Pinhead is to me just super dark and I'm just not that's not the direction I go. No disrespect to folks who like those sort of I would say those characters that are a little more stripped of humor, but like Michael Myers I think is really in many ways really funny. Because he's just sort of this, they called him in the first film The Shape, he just is this sort of beast that walks and,
Can you do any monster impersonations or anything?
Yeah, you want to see my Michael Myers impersonation?
Yeah, let's see it.
I can keep doing this. So why don't I ask you a question? If you were going to be a horror movie monster, what would you be, Nancy?
I think one of the last scary movies I watched was The Shining when I was, like 10 years old, and I still remember the two twins in the elevator. So it freaks me out every time I'm in a hallway in a hotel. So,
Well, I mean, you're not the only one.
I am Dracula.
They're here.
well, thanks for sharing that with us. It was fun. You know what time it is? It's picnic time.
This is just like a ghost story, the film. This is like exactly.
Is that the one where Demi Moore? She's making like pottery.
That's such a good guess because
Yeah.
that film is called Ghost.
Okay.
But no, it's a completely different film.
I get confused.
A Ghost Story is David Lowery's film that screened at Sidewalk last year. Not as scary as this.
Thank you. Have a finger.
Thank you. I like the cat that's that like a cashew
Fingernail.
fingernail.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Well, folks, that's the pleasure of a picnic. Eat well, be good, and have fun out there.